Hi everybody, it's Lord Magicus and let's play Merfolk and Legacy. Alright, so Merfolk once again doing really well in the Legacy Challenge. Fnatic is just a beast at it. It's like the 5th time, like the last couple months, he's top 8'd the Legacy Challenge. And one of the things that I noticed that he did in his list is he's played 2 Curse Catcher in 2 days as his counterspell effects for like turn 1 and 2. Which I think that it's worth testing. This is obviously a plan that's worked for him. So if we do that, before we had 4 Curse Catcher and 1 day, so now we're 2 and 2, which gives us an extra slot. So we put the Merfolk Trickster back in, and then everything else about this is going to stay the same. He was also playing 2 Waterlogged Groves in his deck. I'm still not sure if I like them in mono blue yet or not, but I don't know. We might try that next time, but for right now, I think this is what I want to see. I'm curious to see if this is enough, or if we might want to change something else out. But I think, yeah, it's worth trying it like this. So let's just play Legacy. Let's do it. Yeah, everything else is basically the same as last time. There's not really any need to go over it in great detail. If you've been watching this channel, you know the deal. All right, Legacy. Let's go. League. Excellent. Join. Let's get going. Yeah, I'm hoping this league goes well because I have a Legacy 1K coming up on Saturday, and if this performs well, then this will probably be the list that I take. Alright, let's see where we're at. This is not a very good hand. No. This is better. We'll keep this and we'll put a land in the bottom. It's slow. It doesn't interact well, but at least it has like a pretty fast curve to it. Well, not like a curve. It has like... Yeah, fuck, that's not good. It's got like, the island walkers and everything, so... So this might be a Rug Delver list, would be my guess. Hex Drinker can get out of control if we're not careful. Let's see, what do you got? There's a chance we might just play Trickster next turn and try to eat this thing in combat. Alright, yeah, this looks like Rug Delver. Yeah? I guess we're just gonna pass. We'll let the Hex Drinker attack and try to eat it with Trickster. Ooh, alright, so they're gonna get this going. Hope that they're we're hope that they're not on like days. Yeah, it's one of the unfortunate things, just being on the draw is gonna suck. Nah, get over here. Alright, so we did get that off the board. That's good. Excellent. Fantastic. Can't play that yet. We have to play Lords first. If that's their only threat for a while, then we might be alright, but we gotta do something quick, because this is gonna get out of control. Cannot let that get to 7. It's going to go up to 6 this turn, 7 next turn, and then it ultimates. Well, that sucks. So if they have like another bolt, they can just bolt this and then kill off Curse Catcher, which that sucks. But at least if they use Ren and 6 to kill Curse Catcher, they have to down tick it, so it gets further away from ultimate. But they have this fucking card advantage engine now with the Islet and this. Yep. Ideally, we want them to just play like a Tarmogoyf or something so we can just dismember it. Okay. That's actually really good for us. Let's dismember this first. Alright. So we got the days out of their hands, so now hopefully this Lord of Atlantis will resolve. So let's see if I have to attack this with something. So if I attack him for 3, then I can put him to 14, and then we have 9 power in play. Does that matter? No, I think maybe I should just attack Ren in 6, put it down to 1. Now we can kill it off and hopefully try to race this Hex Drinker. So we're on a 2-turn clock, so we attack next turn for 9 and then attack for another 9. But at least this is not in any imminent danger of ultimating, so they still have a lot of really good draws though. Like more lightning bolts are bad. Mm-hmm. Yep. So maybe they don't really have anything. Guess you should get Scalding Tarn back, right? Yeah. That's fine. Let's do this. See what we can draw. They just passed through the turn. That's a good sign. Hopefully this means he's going to die. So he knows we have a blue card and a mystery card in hand, so let's just hope this is enough that he's going to be dead. So I'm going to crack Islet. Yep. Alright, so you have 7 cards. Do any of them make you not lose the game? Nope. Alright, well, that was an insane comeback, to be honest. I didn't think we were going to do it. So I think we want... How do we do this? All of the cards in this deck are actually very fine against it. We didn't see Delver, but I assume they have Delver in their deck. I think... It's really hard. I don't really want to change much of this. Another Dismember is probably fine, and then maybe, since we're on the draw, we could take out a Curse Catcher. The only thing that sucks about this, I don't like not having something to do on turn 1. Maybe I cut one days. I mean, I could also cut a Brazen Borrower. That's reasonable, or like a Trickster. Trickster's fine to cut, but they might have Tarmogoyf though, and if they have Tarmogoyf, we probably want that. So let's. I don't know. All these cards are actually very good. I guess maybe Curse Catcher is the least good one, but again, it's one of those cards that helps us try to stick Chalice. So I don't know. That's super hard. Darn it, I'm not sure. I guess maybe Curse Catcher's correct. I'm not really in love with this hand, but no, I don't. That's well, this just got worse. I guess we're keeping this and we're putting land. Curse Catcher in the bottom. This is not where I really want to be. Yeah. I like Brazen Borrower because it can flip Delver and also block Delver, so I don't really want to be cutting them. And if they want to force Vial, that's fine. That's why we kept the other island. They're really thinking about it, too. Okay. Nope. Alright, opponent. How good at Magic cards are you? Not very good. Alright. So it's still on top of their deck, so I'm going to bounce this right now. Because now if they want to crack the fetch land, they have to shuffle it away. Yep. So then even if they had Daze in hand, they couldn't use it there without losing access to the Red Elemental Blast. Yeah. Alright. I guess we just play Lord of Atlantis here. I assume they'll blast it. No flip for you. I could try to counter this, but I don't think I'm going to. He has 4 cards in hand. What are the odds that we can, like, race this? See, here's the if I play Vial, it's going to be 2 turns before I can put this Lord in play. If I do it now, like, he could just counter it. And the thing is, yeah, if I play it now and attack, then he can just try to Red Elemental Blast the Lord and force me to have to use a Force, so I think right now Vial is the safer play. If we ever get to 3 lands, we can just threaten to cast this. Alright, well, Pyroblast is also not good for us. We need Chalice really badly. You know, the cool thing is if we do find Chalice, then we're actually probably, like, we can stabilize pretty well. Nope, we're taking it. This probably means that, yeah, they're not afraid. They think they can race us, so. Alright. Now the daze is much better to pitch to force here. So now they'll use the other one. Yep. So the cool thing is if we draw a land, we can then play Brazen Borrower and Vial this in. Not exactly where I want to really be at the moment, but we kind of have to. He only has 2 cards left, so. Good old hardcast Force of Will. Can't afford to block here. Or I mean attack here. I have to try to block Tarmogoyf. We need Chalice badly, but we also need to not mold a freaking 5. Or you can deal 3 to 1 and then 1 to the other one, and hopefully that he didn't find a way to kill off one. And we definitely need, like, Borrower to block this now. Fuck. That's bad. I'm going to... How do I do this? If I draw another Borrower, I could just use it to bounce Delver. If I draw an island... no, I'm just going to leave it at 2. Alright. He has 1 card in hand. We're just hoping Delver doesn't flip. I'll take 1 damage, I don't care. Alright, we lose. Yeah. Ren and 6 can ping us and Delver attacks. That was rough. Okay, well, we need to see Chalice. Like, Chalice is important here. Like, yeah, that game did not go as well as we needed. So I guess here I'll bring Curse Catcher back in, and maybe 1 Dismember is going to come out. I think on the play, Curse Catcher is a little bit stronger. We have a pretty good match. Just, yeah, this is actually okay. I think I can keep this. Remember, Borrower's like effectively 2 spells, so... And Aether Vial also makes our Lords uncounterable, which is nice. We mulled to 6, so we got some good news. So now if they... Oh, mulled to 5. Okay, so this is looking better and better. And if we find, like, Chalice, then we're in a very good spot. Alright, let's see. Actually, we'll play this first. Let's see if we can bait out a Daze. Nope, okay. There's no Spell Snare, no Daze. I think next turn we're just going to jam Chalice. I want to be able to play around Daze here because if they have it, they absolutely have to use it on this. But I'm not going to make it easy for them to do that. I'm also trying to bait them into using removal on this so that they're tapped out. Okay. This also gives us a chance to draw something or draw protection for it, like that. Well, I think that. So what happens here is if they have Daze and I play the Curse Catcher first, then it doesn't really do anything. They didn't. Yeah. Otherwise, the Curse Catcher's not getting in play anytime soon. That's fine though. Okay, that's fine. So we're just holding this thing for a while until we find either Cavern or like Forest to use it with. We might just be flashing this in for 3 mana. Four cards in hand, they might not be prepared to deal with this, but they could. They could have an answer. Yeah, that's a thing. Nope. Yep. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think. If I dismember this Tarmogoyf right now, doesn't really help me. So what if I choose to bounce Wrenn and 6? Because here, the other part of the problem right now is if I just play Brazen Borrower, then it's going to just trade with this Wrenn and 6 anyway. I don't think I have a choice. I'll hold on to Dismember for right now. Well, that's good. That should make it a little bit easier for us to race this. They can kill Brazen Borrower, but if they do, then they're just making their own clock a lot shorter. Yeah, figured that. I think you attack here. Well, I don't know, maybe. I'm attacking for 5, you're attacking for 3, actually. But I could be attacking for more, you don't know that. Let's attack with this. Alright, so I feel like we're doing okay, as long as he doesn't find, like... I just gave up. Sick. Again, I think you conceded really early, because... Did you not have any way of getting rid of Chalice? Like, oh man, drawing a ton of cards. Well, I love it when opponents just hand us the game like that. Like, he could have continued to play. Like, that definitely wasn't over by a long shot. I think that there were definitely cards he could probably draw. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't side in. Maybe I don't know if he didn't have like a braid or anything in his deck. Then maybe that makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like that's really preemptive. Like if you just stick like another Tarmogoyf for something, you've got a pretty good chance of racing. Didn't want to try though. I don't know. Maybe like engineered explosives. If you play that card, that's also an out. But it's fine. I'll take it. Once you give up on me and you just hand me the game, whatever, it's fine. It belongs to us. No complaints from me. Gotta play to your outs, people. That's how you get game wins. You don't, even if it's like 5%, then it's worth playing for. If it's like less than 1%, then like maybe it's not worth your time. But just because you're not favored doesn't mean you shouldn't try. All right. Well, we're gonna be on the draw. Didn't we just play this guy? This is literally the same player that we just played against. Okay, well, we know that this hand is gonna fucking crush him because this was literally our match so far. I can't see the previous game while I'm here. Okay. How does this happen? I don't get it, but he's gonna absolutely get wrecked by a Chalice on one, so. Yeah. Spell Snare, huh? Alright, well. I think, yeah, we're gonna dismember this thing now. I don't know why we got the same player twice in a row, but I'll fucking take it. Whatever. It's a good matchup for us. We know the deck, and we knew the starting hand was going to be great. Okay, fuck it. I said you are not having this Delver. So they have a Spell Snare in hand, so if they tap out for like a Ponder, then we can play Chalice, but... I think the problem is if I were to play Chalice now, he's just going to Spell Snare it, so I need to wait for him to tap out. Since he can't Spell Snare this because of the Cavern, we just dump Master right now. Alright, well, we have a threat and you don't, and the second that you tap out, then you're dead. Alright. Okay. Excellent. That is exactly what I want to see. Because I don't think there's any chance he's blocking this. And if he does, that's also fine with us, because once we stick Chalice, he loses. He has one card in hand right now, which is a Spell Snare, and then he drew a random card. Alright, so let's attack. Alright, let's see. Did you find Force or a Daze? Does not look like it. So what are the what do you got? Tarmogoyf? What did you keep? What'd you find with Ponder? Renin 6, that could be. Yeah, right. Well, I think that was still worth getting this off the board. We have way more creatures than they do, so the chances that we're going to find another one are way better. Merfolk, I guess. Alright, but we do need to find another creature to start attacking this thing with soon. No, that's not good. Yeah, I mean, they top deck 2 threats off of the Ponder, so, I mean, what can I say? They chose not to shuffle, so they were there the whole time. No. Actually, the Renin 6 will just ping it, so it's worth holding on to in case we draw, like, Silvergill Adept. Alright, well, we had a good starting hand, but, like, they just developed it better with 4 threats and then a bunch of counterspells. That's not where we're... I think we're going to lose this now because now we're just drawing shit. We only had, like, this Curse Catcher and Master for this whole game, so... I mean, I guess we did exile 2 creatures to the forces, but we kind of invested into killing that Delver of Secrets, and then they like, their deck is usually pretty threat light a lot of times, and now this game they just found like fucking 4 threats, and you can't deal with that. So I guess we need to find like True Name Nemesis here. It's our only real hope. Yeah, unfortunately, Renin 6 is just going to kill us. They're going to kill this thing. We can't block Tarmogoyf here. We're just trying to buy time. Like, the best possible thing that could happen is they minus this, we draw Trickster, and then eat Tarmogoyf next turn in combat, and then gonna do that? No. Alright. That's probably... Well, that's actually fine, because... I'm gonna block here. He still can't actually, like, do anything with the instants and sorceries in his graveyard. I guess he can try to daze this. No. No, I will not. How many more lands do you have in your hand? Like... We have exactly one more turn to try to find Merfolk Trickster, and they have to not have another land in hand. Alright, well... Let's hope. Did you find another land? Alright, I feel like they did. I don't know, let's hope that they just forget to do this. Alright, we lose. Darn it, we even knew, like, we kept a good hand and we knew what we were up against and we still just, like, could not get there. So what did we do last time? I guess Curse Catcher and Dismember. Ugh. I don't really care for this plan that much. See, I also don't really want to bring in Relic against this deck either, to be honest. I don't know if I like Curse Catcher that much here, but I don't like Relic because if our plan is to stick Chalice in 1, then it means we can't use the Relic pretty much ever. So once again, we're on the back foot, and we need to like win 2 games in a row. I mean, we should be able to, but no guarantees. Yes, we're gonna keep. We're gonna go Island, probably Mutavault, and then play Cavern and hope that that's gonna be good enough. I don't want to play Cavern into Wasteland. Alright, let's just do this now and hope that it works. They're probably going to daze it now, but you know what? That's fine. Veil of Summer. Ah, that's terrible. I hate fucking Veil of Summer. That card is just stupid. Yeah, Ren and 6. I mean, Mutavault might be just attacking it this turn. Next turn we can play Master of the Pearl Trident and attack. Come on, kill it, please. I need Ren and 6 to go away. Which means I need this not to be a thing. No! They're just gonna daze it. Brainstorm, okay, so maybe they don't have it and they're just looking for it. Alright, come on, plot. Do it. Just once. It shouldn't, if they have to have it, if they took this long. Unless they're gonna brainstorm again. Or they might have another bolt. Yeah, they have another one. Fuck! Alright. That's not the worst thing that could have happened. So they found another lightning bolt and they just decide, okay, well, unfortunately, we only have 1 creature and no cards in hand, and they're at 4 cards right now, so. However, we should be able to kill this if they don't have any more lightning bolts. And at any point, if we just draw True Name Nemesis, we win. Okay, well now we have exactly 1 turn to draw True Name Nemesis and kill them with it. So they have to choose, like, I guess they just kill Mutavault with the Wasteland now. Yeah. Yep. They're just gonna get it back. Okay, well, we need to draw a True Name Nemesis. I don't think we've played it at all this entire fucking, like, 2 matches that we've played so far. You've got to be shitting me. Well, the only good news is that it represents a way to get it in play, but by the time we do, like, if by the time it gets up to 3, it's going to be way too late. They're just going to wasteland to caverns, and now we can't play it anymore. Like, this game is fucking falling apart. Ah, I hate this so much. This Renin 6, like, is stupid. This is why I also don't like playing Waterlog Groves, because our mana base would be even weaker if we did that. Yes, tick it up, please. I can't even play that right now. They're just gonna blow up Cavern of Souls, like... How does this happen? Like, we kept such... Our hands in the first, like, time we faced this deck were so much worse, and yet they actually won. But this time we had, like, actual good hands against this deck, and they just, like, said, ha, I don't even give a shit. That's just insane. We're gonna lose to this the second time now. I don't know what else we were supposed to do differently, because, like, we've tried doing everything the way we were supposed to. I guess we play Aether Vial. We play Silvergill at the end of their turn. That'll tell us if we need to tick Vial up to 3, I guess. I think we probably have to tick it up to 3 no matter what, because I don't think a 2-drop is enough to save us, really. It seems unlikely. Like, they're getting so much fucking value out of these Renin 6s and Brainstorms, like... And the problem is we can't even bring in Force of Negation to protect Chalice either. Like, it's... They have, like, a bunch of forces, and then they just, like, shuffle away the lands they keep getting back. Like, maybe we do need to be bringing in Relic of Progenitus, but I have no idea what we'd even take out for that. Maybe Silvergill, like... This card is also insanely bad against Renin 6. But it's generally, like, a good card. I don't know, like... I'm not really that big of a fan of Silvergill as much as I used to be. Like, it doesn't do the job that it really is supposed to be doing. Alright. We need to draw True Name Nemesis, like, right now. We're not going to get another chance at this. You can kill it now if you want. You're going to Echoing... Well... Okay, well, yeah, there's now we're just, like, straight lost. There's nothing we can do here. Of course you have days. No. It's just... Alright, we lose. I don't know, I guess this time they just had fucking everything, like... What the hell? So, we played the same guy twice in a row, and, like... Jesus Christ. Those matches did not even look remotely the same. Where was True Name? I swear I put it in the deck. It's there. It's supposed to do a thing. I don't know why it's not there. I guess, yeah, they have Brazen Borrowers. They're out to Chalice, so... Seems fine. I mean... Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, that just fell apart. Like, that's part of the reason why like, Rug Delver, I think, is generally a good matchup for Merfolk, but it is not the free match that, like, people like to claim that it is. Like, there are very, very few, like, matches I consider to be, like, free matches in Magic. Alright. Oh, finally, we're playing against somebody else for a change. We're We're on the draw, so like I don't think I can keep this. We lose to like a single counterspell or a wasteland. What is it with our deck and just like falling apart in draws? Mulligan this. I guess we keep this and put a island in the bottom. It's not very good. We only have a Silver Gill that might have to get pitched to force depending on what happens. That's definitely not the kind of card that we want to see. Verdant Catacombs decks are generally really bad for us. Yeah, Duress, like, this is either Storm or more likely Green-Black Depths. And Depths is not a deck that we're going to be beating very likely, especially not with this hand. No matter, I think they're almost certainly taking Force of Will. Like, I don't think this is a real choice. I mean, how do you take Vial here when you see I have 3 lands? Really? Why? Why? I don't understand. Okay, well, it makes me feel like it's not Storm, because if it was Storm, they would have definitely taken Force. So, what could they possibly be playing that they don't give a shit about this? Well, it's not a terrible draw, but if it is like a Merit Lodge deck, then this actually does something. I don't know, I guess I really don't want to have to use Force. No, this is a Merit Lodge deck, so why Vial? Fuck you. I'm not giving you Brazen Borrower. This card is a mystery, and that means if you go for the combo, we have a way to kill it. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Wasteland. Alright, let's flash in Trickster, because we need to start attacking him. If we don't put pressure on them, then there's no chance we have of winning, so... Alright, they know we had a cavern, so they can wasteland it, that's fine. I'm only playing it because I have another one, so that way if we draw like True Name Nemesis, we could play it if we want to. Or we can still play this Brazen Borrower with it at some point. They have the wasteland already, so like one of these is gonna die for sure. Yep. If you're gonna go for it now, well, you can't. You're gonna have to do it on your turn. Mm-hmm. Interesting. You can. We're gonna attack into it and try to bounce it. Hopefully before they have step up. I think now they're just trying to figure out when's the best time to go for it. I think they're gonna do it now. Get dunked on. Okay, well, maybe we can turn this around. They only have 3 cards, and they're at least 2 turns away from it, so... Plus, Borrower actually can block Merit Lodge, which is relevant. That was the perfect card to have here. Brazen Borrower showing that it's worth something in this match. We have a pretty fast clock, like... Yeah, this is fine. We can attack them for 2, and then for 5, and then for 5. So 3... depending if we draw another Lord... If we draw a Lord, this could be 3 turns. That's actually really good. So I think we're just gonna flash this in at the end of their turn. Oh, fantastic. They might have another Abrupt Decay. But we can flash in Trickster at the end step. Yeah, a Decay on Borrower, that's fine. That's also good because that speeds up our clock against them. The other thing worth mentioning, if they duress us, they cannot take Brazen Borrower. It is not a... It is only a spell, or a non-creature spell when it's on the stack. And every other zone it's a creature, so duress cannot take it. Okay. They might have Crop Rotation again, but that's fine. Okay, doing it the hard way at 4 life. I don't think that's going to make a difference. Bajuka Bog also is not going to make a difference. So what exactly is your plan right now? Dark Confidant, okay. I don't think that does anything. You have 1 card left in hand. I'm going to bounce this back, and with 1 card in hand, you have no way of not dying to this. Since even a removal spell still means you're getting attacked for 4. Alright. So, okay, well, we stole game 1 against Green-Black Depth purely on the back of Brazen Borrower. That was really cool. Alright, so how the hell do we do this? Alright, well, this is actually hard. We need the counter spells, and Chalice counters their discard spells, and it also counters Crop Rotation, which slows them down a lot. Excuse me. Sorceress Spyglass. Actually, Spyglass is good here. Curse Catcher is not very good. Now, the thing is, if we can disrupt the combo once, then Surgical's fine, but really, if we need them to not be able to go for it a second time. That's kind of where we're at. If they go for it a second time, then we're in a shit ton of trouble. I think we also probably need this Dismember for, like, Dark Confidant. And I think because of that, probably take out one True Name Nemesis. The other question is, do we bring in Force of Negation? We only have 21 creatures plus the Mutavaults here. Force of Negation over True Name Nemesis. That might actually be appropriate, to be honest. Because, again, we have to be able to counter crop rotation. Actually, Venser is also sort of okay. If we're on the draw, maybe I don't like Venser that much. I don't know. It interacts, I guess, but this is hard. All right, I guess we're just gonna do this like this. Sure, I guess we're keeping this. I don't see it reasonably getting much better. They can... Yeah, that's something we have to Spyglass. It's another card that Chalice is going to turn off more of, so... But it's not going to stop them from just being able to naturally play like Dark Depths plus Thespian Stage. However, if we draw Brazen Borrower, we can actually bounce this thing, which is... Yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah, this makes our Dismembers really bad, and now they have Confidant stuck, which is terrible. Alright. I don't like this. Alright, I guess we play Mutavault and Chalice. Hoping that they're just taking a bunch of damage. Vampire Hexmage is not a card I really want them to play, because it means now that if they play Dark Depths at any point, then... They can't cast it, though. That's worth noting. Why do they have Caracas? Well, we can't let that resolve. That's totally unacceptable. So, not good. I mean, Silvergill was going to die to it anyway, so... I guess we're just playing another one just to be safe, so they don't Abrupt Decay it and sneak something in. And then I guess our next plan is... I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe we try to put this on 2, but I don't think that's very good either. I guess they have Mox Diamond, so I probably should have played it on 0. I forgot about this card. Honestly, I don't think we're beating this, though. Like, this is already ridiculous, because now we can't remove any of these creatures. Our bounce spells are offline. Like, that's just terrible. Sylvan Safekeeper is a super dangerous card. Yeah. Okay, well, now we have no choice. If we draw a land, we have to play Chalice on 0. Or, I'm sorry, on 2. Because Hex Mage will kill us. Really? They got Bayou, so okay. They're gonna discard it. I feel like if they got Bayou, it's because they actually have the Dark Depths in hand. Otherwise, it would make sense that they would search for depths and then just wait to draw any other land. Alright. What do we got? If it's a land, I have to put it on 2. We are fucked. There's nothing we can do here. Yeah, if he plays it, we die, so. Brutal. Actually, this might be okay. Unless he has Assassin's Trophy, that's possible. But this will let us block the Safekeeper. Yeah, and there it is. Well, I guess if we draw Brazen Borrower now, like, we can still cast it and bounce this thing. So the issue is... Alright, how do I go about this? Because I could dismember Dark Confidant right now. I don't think I need to. I can wait till my turn. Alright, I guess we're just hoping that they don't go for it. Attacking with the Safekeeper seems like a mistake, so it looks like they're not willing to go for it right now. Alright, well this is actually okay, because now we can dismember the Plague Engineer and then block with the Mutavault. I don't want him to use the Hex Mage just yet. I want to try to buy more time so I can draw the Borrower. Interesting. That was actually still fine in my eyes. Okay. He's afraid to go for the combo. That's interesting. Well, now we do have it, so I don't think there's any way he can go for it this turn, so I think I'm probably safe to play Lord of Atlantis. So we've managed to navigate to a board state where, like, we could theoretically come back from this. He's killed off 2 Plague Engineers and his, like, one of his combo pieces. He doesn't have the protection for it anymore. So I guess right now we're just hoping that we can kind of go for our... He has to not have crop rotation, because if he has crop rotation, he can just do this combo at any time and kill us. So I'm hoping that I can, if he doesn't have it, I can attack with this and bait him into making it, and then just bounce it, and hopefully that will be good enough. I don't have another blue card to pitch to force, unfortunately. I think he's made a few mistakes so far, but like if he has crop rotation, he can still like win in this board state. But we're hoping that that's not the case. I mean, this is a game by all rights we should have lost this. He had double Plague Engineer, Dark Confidant, and Sylvan Safekeeper, like plus the Hex Mage to go for it. If he had just gone for it, he would have won. And I think giving us time to draw into it was definitely not a good plan, because as far as he knows, we could have Borrower and like 3 forces in our hand, and that's not really where he wants to be. The thing is, if we don't attack, then it represents that we don't have it. I think that, yeah, I think we have to actually, we have to make him think that, like, well, I don't know, like, I don't, it's a good question. Do we, if we don't attack, then we're just giving him time to draw into it, whereas now, like, we don't have a very fast clock right now, but we're hoping that we can draw like another blue card next turn so that Force at Will is online, and it turns off this crop rotation line, but like every turn that we give him to find it is just another, you know, it's just giving him another opportunity in this game, and we don't want to give him more opportunities. There's there's the possibility if we attack that, you know, he might think that we're getting greedy, and so he'll get greedy himself and just make it without protection, and then we can blow him out that way. The thing is, if he has it in hand, I don't think there's any way that we're getting around it. Like, if he has it, he has it. And at this point, I think that he's more likely to take the 2 damage, even if he doesn't have it. I think he's going to just take 2, because I'm pretty sure that he's very paranoid right now, and he should be. Did we disconnect? Is that what's happening here? Alright, let's close MTGO and try to log back in, because I hate when this happens. The match just freezes and you have no idea if it's you or the other person, because it does absolutely nothing to tell you. Great client. Oh, come on. This game is super tight and we have a chance to win. It's a matchup that we don't win very often either, so I mean, it might just be that he stepped away. Come on. It might have actually been both of us. It looks like he also lost connection, so... Well, this is, again, great, because we have no idea who it is that is having the problem. I mean, it could be both of us, it could be just him. As far as I can see, his clock is the one that's ticking down right now, so I'm hoping that it's him. Alright, I'm going to try this one more time. Damn it. It very well could be him, and maybe he thinks that it's us that we're waiting for, but you know, that's we as in the royal we. I am Lord Magicus after all, so we use the royal we in this channel. It's me and everybody else that's enjoying this lovely game. Okay, well, I don't want to lose because I think we have a good. I don't want to lose because of some stupid connection thing. Like, I don't know if it's his clock or my clock that's the real one that's ticking down, and I'm not sure that there's any way for us to know that. Ugh. Alright, well, if he doesn't do anything for 5 minutes, I think we win. That's stupid, though. I don't want to win because of connection issues either. I want to have, like, a real game. I mean, I will take wins. Like, any donation to our ticket pile is always great, but, like, we play this game because we want to play the actual game, right? I thought that's the reason that we're all here. Alright, I guess we're doing this again. Like, I don't know what the problem is. Like, I don't want it to be me, and I just feel like if I don't keep restarting MTGO, like, I'm not going to get any update on, like, whether it's me or him. I don't want to see that, like, he passed priority to, and, like, it just never acknowledged it or some shit. The clock doesn't matter to his deck a whole lot because he actually can win a game in, like, a few turns. So, it's... Okay. So I think that we won. What? I don't know what's going on here. Where the hell did my league go? Okay, well, this is not good at all. Alright, I guess we won because the game just, like, timed out for him. So, yeah, it just dropped, and after 5 minutes... yeah. So so I guess what happens is after 5 minutes, if you don't do anything, MTGO just declares the other person the winner. So I think it used to be like 10 minutes that was the case or something like that. It's... Well, that was strange. I'm not really a fan of how that ended up turning out, but I guess we'll take it. We had a chance, but whatever. We timed out and conceded the match because of connection issues. That's... I mean, I don't like winning like that. That doesn't feel good, but at the same time, like... I can't say that, like, I don't want to, you know, have wins in my league, so... I think that we had a good chance in that game anyway. I really do. Like, if he didn't have crop rotation, I think that, and he went for it, then we had a very good chance to kill him, so... I don't know, I guess we're never going to know. It's just, it is like that now. Hopefully the rest of this league is actually going to finish properly. Alright. See where we're at. I am on the play, so that's neat. I think this hand is actually keepable. We're going to keep it, because we can go Silver Gill, and we have Curse Catcher to protect it. The only thing is, like, they know immediately off the bat what's up. It's not very good if it's versus a Wrenn and 6 deck, but a lot of hands are just not going to be. It doesn't make me feel good. Delver of Secrets, yeah, whatever. I guess let's attack. See if he blocks. Interesting. I mean, that's fine with me. I'm happy to trade a Curse Catcher with a Delver. I will show them Lord of Atlantis. This might get dazed, though. That's the only unfortunate part. Alright. No. So now we're dependent on drawing another round. So, like, that was kind of the worst case scenario. I wanted to attack with the Curse Catcher first because I thought it was unlikely Delver was going to block. Okay, that's fine. If we draw another land, though, we're in a very good spot, I think. That's great, actually. So yeah, he threw away one Delver because he figured that he was going to have another one. Let's play Lord first, because if it eats removal, I'd rather it be this one that dies than this one. And if we could draw another land, we can play Lord and attack with Mutavault and Lord of Atlantis. That's fine. Okay, well, that's also fine with me. Attack. So I feel very favored right now. We're at 4 cards in hand with just 1 land in play and like a creature that's really kind of a dink at the moment that we can also bounce at any given point. And it's also very likely that I will do so. Especially if he like plays a land and then puts mana into it. He's also got to find another land too. He hasn't. Maybe he might not have one. Alright, he has another wasteland, so that's terrible. Unless he needs it for like Tarmogoyf. Okay, well that was a mistake. You should not have let me untap this, and definitely should not have let me fucking draw Chalice of the Void. Alright, so let's attack first. see what happens here. Dismember. Interesting. Okay. I'll trade with this. That's fine. I hope you have another daze. Oh, that's going to be brutal. So they can kill off Cavern, so we have to draw another land in order to get back into this ourselves, but hopefully their hand's just a bunch of spells they can't cast, so if that's the case, then we might be in a good spot. This might... Okay, so they don't have Ren in 6, that's good, right? Well, we're not very good at Magic cards either, so... Alright, so it's the... Who's gonna... Am I gonna draw a land before you draw Ren in 6? So it looks like maybe he does have just a bunch of lands in hand. I assume he wouldn't have cracked it unless he had another land to play. So, like, no 2-drops, so it has to probably all be lands and 1-drops. Alright, pass. Ah, damn it. It was a calculated risk. Like, we knew that we were going to take a few turns off to do this, but... Well, that feels much better. Merfolk. Let's play this. I want to play creatures while I can. I'd rather keep this up for, like, Tarmogoyf or something if they ever find it. Okay, we just gave up. Neat. Again, like, that was pretty, like, early. Like, there's no guarantee I was going to be able to kill him that quickly. Huh. Alright, well, it's another Rug Delver player, just has no interest in even trying against Chalice, so that's the thing. Alright, so what do we want to do here? Dismember is fine, but... You know what, maybe we should take out Silvergill Adept. We can bring in Relic of Progenitus. I don't really want to take out Silvergill, though. Like... Alright, I don't know. Let's try it like this and see if this helps. Because if they're on, like, Tarmogoyf or Ren and 6, then Relic can help keep them under control. Alright, well, I guess it's not going to matter. We're just going to go Vile Cavern, and that's hopefully going to be good. Or, yeah. Or, I'm sorry, Vile Chalice. And then hopefully the power of True Name Nemesis will shine for us. This will be like the first time that we've actually casted against Rug Delver in like 3 matches. It'll be great. Alright, and we're definitely going to get to at least try to cast it. So they can't keep us off 3 lands before we can play it, because now we can go Island, Island, True Name. I'm going to even tick up Aether Vial to 3. I might do that, actually. So next turn we are definitely playing Chalice on 1. That's not terrible. Alright. Alright, do you have a counter spell? So if you do, I want you to use it on this and not these. Alright. Nope. And if we're really, really lucky, then next turn we draw Cavern of Souls so we can play it uncounterably. Yeah, this looks like Renin. Oh, that's actually fine. Alright, let's jam True Name Nemesis. Yay! It resolved! Excellent! Oh, our chances of winning have just skyrocketed, because if they didn't counter the first one, the chances that they're countering these two are fucking low as hell. And this thing is going to have a very hard time attacking into this now. They can make it a 4-4, but it still doesn't do anything. They have to make it level 8 to be able to actually, like, matter. Okay. I like that they're not even attempting to level it up. That's good. Let's play, I think, Relica Progenitus here. I think we can afford to be a little bit cautious right now because we have days. So I think this turn, it's likely I'm just going to crack Relic to negate Tarmogoyf's attack. And they might also force us to do it with Ancient Grudge. That's fine. Let's do this now. I don't want him getting the land back, so... I guess exile Merfolk Trickster. So that's fine. We can take 4 damage this turn. Drawing 4. I think keeping this off the board was worth a force and taking 2 damage from this. Again, now it's still really hard for them to attack into us. Oko. Well, they can't actually target this with anything. They can make food tokens, I guess. I guess it's their answer to Chalice of the Void. That's fine. So Tarmogoyf can become a 3-4. But yeah, again, it still can't really attack. I'm not super concerned about Oko, to be honest. Alright, let's just test the waters again and see if this one resolves. So let's see, we can be getting attacked for 3, 4, and then probably 3. So we can take 6. The thing is, if we attack for 6 this turn, so if we attack for 6 this turn, then we're definitely killing them next turn. So yeah, we can block the 4. We can take 6, go to 5. I think that's the best bet because like I don't think that they're like this threatens to kill them. I think they'd have to crack a bunch of foods instead of making this an attacker, and if they do that, their clock is a lot slower anyway. So this basically negates one true name attacking each turn if they so choose. They should be putting mana into this. Like I think that they've been kind of greedy about this right now. If it was an 8-8, like, or if it was at level 8, they actually had a very good chance of just killing us with this thing. But so effectively, they're at 12 life right now. If we can draw a Lord, they die. Yeah, I'm gonna block this. So if I dismember this, I go down to 4 life. However, if I dismember this, then they could attack with the food token. If I attack with the 3 true names, then they have to crack a food. I think I have to attack with at least 2. I can attack with 2 in the Mutavault. That seems fine. Question is, do I want to try to dismember this thing? Because if they counter it, then I'm in a much worse position. So what do I do here? How greedy do I get? So we're also in a spot where, like, if they have 2 lightning bolts, that could also kill us. It could also just kill Oko right now. That's possible. Alright, let's do it. Well, show me if you have a counterspell. So I will attack Oko, I think. Okay. Play Aether Vial. Do you have another lightning bolt? That's the question. Because if they have another bolt, we're dead. But I don't think we... Yeah, it was tough. Like, looks like they probably have it. Uh-oh. Well, that's bad. I mean, if they find a bolt, we die. That's basically it. It does not fill me with good feelings. Alright, Ponder. Yeah? They shuffled, so alright. That's good. Oh, no, no, no! They found it. Okay, so now if they find it, we can actually daze it. And now they've committed themselves, so they're going to die to these true names here. Ah, fuck. They found, well, they played a land, so now if they found Bolt, like, I don't know. Yeah, they found Bolt, like, and they played the land first, too, so they could pay the one for it, unfortunately. I'm hoping he just chooses not to do it. I mean, come on, just tap the Fiery Islet and you win. That's how this game goes. Yeah, alright. Alright, concede. You found Lightning Bolt, you went for it, and you found a land plus Bolt, which is exactly what you needed to do. Alright, well, it was what it was. I think Relic was actually really good there. Yeah, I don't know. I think that this was a fine plan. Like, True Name definitely helped out a lot. Maybe it was a little bit greedy to dismember the Tarmogoyf. It's rough. I wanted to be able to kill Oko, but at the same time, I could have probably handled that better if I just let the Tarmogoyf on board. I was just concerned that I didn't want the Mutavault to like get bolted or something, and then the Tarmogoyf hit me in the face. We'll keep this. Play Vial, and then next turn we'll play Relic plus Vial. So now if their plan is like Ren and 6 or Tarmogoyf, the Relic is going to be pretty good against it. So they have to find like Ancient Grudge to kill this thing. So they might have, that's possible. Yeah. Okay. But I think we can afford to be a little bit patient right now. Let's get that Brainstorm out of there. So I think the plan is going to be to try to stick a Vial on 2 and then 1 on 3. So yes. Yes. I cannot daze it right now because of the island. Let's get rid of the Scalding Tarn so we can't Ren and 6 it back. They might have like Pyroblast though. And if that's the case, so be it. Spell Snare, okay. It's fine. There's also a very high chance that we're just going to put this in as an attacker. Like, we're not going to bounce anything with it, I imagine. I mean, next turn, like, if they play a creature, then next turn we definitely just petty theft and then try to, well, if we, that's actually a hard choice. If they put a creature in, do we bounce it? I think the answer is probably yes. Okay. They chose not to shuffle. This is a good opportunity to do this. If I draw True Name, I want to be able to put it in play. So there's like a very high likelihood that this Delver is going to flip. So let's just not let it flip. I don't really want to play anything else right now because they might think that we have Force of Will in hand. So now they're drawing a spell, definitely, but they're not going to be able to flip Delver with the spell that they just drew. And we'll play the island next turn so we can play that and get it underneath Daze. No, that's beautiful. I'm not going to put the Master in just yet. It's fine. Let's do this now while he's tapped out. Now if Delver flips, we can just block it if we so choose. No flip. Excellent. So that Ponder was totally wasted on this Delver. If it attacks, then we can Violin Master and try to block it. He might actually attack to try to kill this thing. 7 cards in hand, though. Like, we're running out. Like, we really need True Name quickly. Because he's gonna, at some point, like, he's gonna find more relevant things. Like, I'm sure he's got a bunch of, like, bolts in hand. No, I think I just take 1. He doesn't have any more land, so, like, what does he have? Maybe just, like, a bunch of stuff like Tarmogoyf? Alright, let's try to kill this thing. Alright, so we're looking okay. We've got our own version of Delver into play at the moment. Seems like, yeah, Tarmogoyf was certainly going to come out soon. So we need to find something better than this to try to race this, because it's going to be too close this way. And he still has 6 cards, which means probably more Tarmogoyfs or more removal spells. I also have to be careful because I don't want to play this Lord of Atlantis if he's holding a bunch of True Name Nemesis, which would be terrible. Yeah, if he plays True Name, this Lord is like unplayable. He's also... yeah, if I had True Name, I would have played it by now. So, that's fair. But if he doesn't do anything else, I'm definitely putting Lord in play and attacking him for 5. So I have to keep this clock up. And presumably he's just sitting on a, like... yeah, he doesn't have a bunch of lands to do, or to cast all the spells in his hand, so... it's gotta be like lightning bolts and like pyroblast and stuff like that he's just trying to find the right thing to kill. Okay. So yeah, see, red elemental blast, that's fine. Come on, True Name. True Name! Relic would also be acceptable. Just no more mana sources. I guess that's sort of okay. Alright, let's try to... I mean, he didn't have it last time, so hopefully he doesn't have it this time. Oh, fuck. Alright. Well, that hurts. Well, he found Force. Alright. Which means Tarmogoyf... like, it still only has 2 power, because Creature and Instant are the only things in the graveyard, surprisingly. So I think here maybe he plays another Tarmogoyf. That would be my read. Yeah. Called it! Alright, we are running out of time. We need, like, Relic and True Name. One of the 2 of them will actually save us. Fuck! I can't do anything here. Now, like, I'm just dead to a lightning bolt because we're just drawing like shit. 3 vials and 4 lands is not where I want to be against him having, like, all these actual cards in his hand. I mean, he's cast 2 bolts already, but, like, now the problem is, like, land goes in the graveyard, and we're gonna go to... I mean, we can block 1 and go to 4, like, I think... but we're running out of options here, like... oh, we're fucked. Like, there's no way to come back from this now. Yeah, we go to 1, and, like... now I think Merfolk Trickster is all, like, or I guess Relic is still okay, but it's not great because then we still die to an instant. Yeah, we lose. Like, unfortunately, like, this was not the draw we needed to beat this. There's another match where they drew like a shit ton of threats and like we just couldn't race them all. Where the fuck is True Name Nemesis? If I draw it this turn, like, I'm gonna be so pissed that... alright, we lose. We cannot beat this deck if we don't have, like, the best card in our deck in our hand. Like, that's just how that is. Ugh, that's terrible. We got to play True Name Nemesis in like 1 game out of, what, 8 versus Delver today? How does that work? Like, it's a 4 of in our deck. You'd think that it would actually, like, show up from time to time, but apparently not. I don't know, like, without it, like, it's just so hard to beat it, because they are playing a lot of removal spells, and they have a lot of, like, Wrenn and 6 gives them a really good card advantage engine alongside Brainstorm, so... I don't know, it's tough. Yeah. Unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Alright, we're on the play. Let's at least, like, make this go positive. Yeah, I guess we're keeping this. And just hoping for the best. We'll go Island, probably Chalice. And if we're lucky, we draw, like, Force or Daze next turn to protect it. I mean, they kept 7 cards, so it's probably a good hand for them. Delta, so what are we up against? Storm. Could be Reanimator, actually. If it's Reanimator, then Brazen Borrower could actually help us. But it depends, like... Alright, so it looks like Reanimator to me. Thoughtseize. That's happening. It doesn't tell us much. It could still be either one, but I feel like it's Reanimator because they'd be more likely to play the Lotus Petal in turn 1 to try to play around Daze so that they can go off this turn. And now that they've Thoughtseize and see that we don't have it, now they can safely crack it and just try to do whatever their stupid plan is. Like, yeah. The good thing is, though, Brazen Borrower does help a little bit if it is Reanimator. Because if their plan was like Faithless Looting and then next turn do it, that would be good. They took Chalice, though, so it tells me maybe it's Storm. Merfolk. My guess here is that it's probably going to be something like... Is playing Aether Vial helping me right now? Probably not. I don't know what I'm up against right now, but I need to just put things in the play in the hopes that they're not going to kill me this turn. Because that's my only chance of winning this game is if I start attacking them aggressively. They have to not have it, and I have to be able to kill them. No, 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 no! Alright. I almost, like, clicked through that. Okay, well, so we're at 14-8-2. That's what our line looks like right now. Unless they have removal for this. I feel like it's Storm, though. That seems most likely at this point. Because if Reanimator would have tried to do something at this point, so... Alright, so you have to go for it now, right? There's no way that you pass back to me. If I draw another Lord, you're dead. Okay, so that's fine. Volcanic Island. This looks like Epic Storm. So you're just assuming I didn't draw it, yeah. And I mean I didn't, so there's nothing I can do about that. And unfortunately, Brazen Borrower doesn't do anything against these. Like, I can't bounce them back to his hand. Cabal Ritual. Actually, no, this means this is Ad Nauseam Tendrils. Because Ad Nauseam Tendrils is the one that uses the Graveyard. So, yeah, no, Rite of Flame, Cabal Ritual usually means Graveyard one, which is more likely to use Ad Nauseam to win. It means they probably don't have Burning Wish. Alright, F5. Or F6. So I think they can go for it from here if they have, like, Past in Flames. But the good news is that, again, this is a matchup we should be pretty good against. We can sideboard against this and hopefully beat it. Assuming that he got Past in Flames, he wins. Ad nauseum. Okay, never mind. So now that was an interesting choice. So maybe, yeah, I thought they have one Past in Flames in their deck. I thought that would have made more sense to, like, do it. So, see if he kills himself, maybe. Infernal Tutor is probably good enough. Because that'll be, yeah, I think you just stop here, right? Because you go Thoughtseize, Infernal Tutor for Tendrils, and you win. You don't even need to take any more cards. Yeah, you win. Okay, that's fine. You got it. Alright, well, we need Force of Negation. Venser, I want this card against Infernal Tutor, and True Name Nemesis comes out. Brazen Borrower is also not very good against this deck. What else? You could make an argument for Relic of Progenitus. It's possible. I think that we're probably fine without it, though. I'm not going to take in more than two. I'm not going to keep in more than two Dismember. They probably have stuff like Xantid Swarm, but at the same time, I don't want to overburden things for that, so we'll just keep it like this. Alright, let's hope that our extra counter spells are enough to get there. Now, we also know that, like, Chalice and Zero is good against their deck. This hand's fine. We're on the play, so we have Curse Catcher, and then we can back it up with a bunch of Lords and Forces, so... he can't, like, Thoughtseize us through the Curse Catcher. And actually, there's a reasonable chance next turn we just play Silvergill so we can try to draw more forces. Or even Chalice. Okay. I want to make you use your Lotus Petal. Is it worth that much to you? So Curse Catcher has traded with Lotus Petal. So now they can Thoughtseize us, that's fine. They can take Force, but we're still going to have we'll have a chance to draw Chalice and otherwise. We have actually like two chances to put Chalice in 0. One chance to put it on 1. Okay, so they are playing another Lotus Petal just in case. Fair. I understand that. Because I think we would put it on if we... So we're 100% playing Silvergill. So we have to try to also draw more forces. Alright, well, I mean, it's tough. Like, they Thoughtseized us in turn 1 both games, and, like, we did not have quite enough interaction, so... Shields are down, and if he has it this turn, we're fucked. I don't think they normally go for it right away. But I guess, knowing that he's against this deck, he might just want to do it just to try to get there, so... You take Aether Vial. He only has 3 cards left in hand, so it's actually not really enough to combo right now. If we draw another land, I'm not going to play Master of the Pearl Trident. Instead, I'll hold up Venser in case he goes for Infernal Tutor. Four cards. Do you have enough to go for it? I'm hoping on 4 cards you don't. Alright, looks like he probably does. All right. Well, we're gonna lose. This sucks. This was like, you know, we needed something that was not this, like a force. A force would win the game right here. For sure. We're going to lose to Storm, and that's unfortunate. Like, this shit happens sometimes, though. I mean, you've already kind of committed to this. Like, you have no choice but to do this now. And if I don't counter this, then you already know that I don't have it, so... The question is, how much life are you going to lose on Ad Nauseam? I don't think that there's enough... Burning Wish. Ooh, that's actually also terrible. So, like, you're playing Cabal. I didn't think... Oh, fuck. Echo of Ants. Are you really going to do this? Do you think this is wise to let me draw 7 cards? I mean, more power to you, I guess. Okay, so no, this is definitely Epic Storm, but I didn't think they played Cabal Ritual in that version. Oh, fuck! You are fucked! There is no way that you are going to Thoughtseize enough of these cards away to try to actually win the game this turn. Not going to happen. Okay. Sure. You gave me 4 forces. So unless you have Ad Nauseam, or unless you have Tendrils in your hand right now, you are not winning this game. It's just not happening. Um, 4 cards left in hand. I think this one is worth forcing. How do I want to do this? Because if I don't want you to be able to brainstorm for Tendrils. You have to have it right now. Because now you'd have to, like, crack this for another mana. This is actually good. They have improved our hand immensely. So I will play Curse Catcher because now I can hardcast a force and pitch one. Echo of Aeons was not the right play. I don't know what was, but it definitely wasn't that. So I feel like we probably should have lost the game there, but our opponent, like, just handed it back to us for some reason. There had to be something better they could get. Like, there's no way that that was right. That was just insane. Okay, well, then, yeah, I think the rest of this, I don't think we change anything here. This is fine. They're not going to be casting Echo of Hands again, I can tell you that for sure. That did not work out for him the way he wanted it to, so we have a chance. All right, that one was a freebie. So what do we got? This is awful. We cannot keep this hand. Unkeepable. So he Thoughtseize is like Chalice, and then we lose. We can only hope that he's going to mulligan along with us. Seems to be really debating it, so there's a good chance. No, mulligan for us. It's not amazing, but we're going to keep it, and I guess we put Island in the bottom. This is not good. We only have 2 pieces of interaction here, and like I'm not really a fan of either one of them. And he can just take away like 1 right now. Yeah. And take Force of Negation. I guess we have to play Curse Catcher in turn 1. Like, I don't see any alternative to this. We have to have something in play to slow them down. they might have hope of Garrep here, but until they play it, then this Dismember's not doing anything. We went through all of that, and you're just like, this is such a terrible hand. But like mulliganing to 5 was not really much better. So I feel like this means he has Burning Wish, but he didn't want to waste a ritual on it. That's bad because it means now if we draw a force, we can't cast it. But he also doesn't know that. Our only real way to win right now is to just pressure his life total. Attacking for 1 a turn is not going to be good enough, so we have to hope that it's going to be at least 2 more turns before we die. That's kind of the long and the short of it right now. Drawing a Force of Negation is not terribly good at the moment. Our best sequence right now would be Force of Negation into another island, or either Force into another blue card. Actually, no, Chalice on 1 would probably be very good at the moment, if we could find it. Even 0 would be good. Yeah, sure. So, if I find Chalice, what do I put it on right now? I think if I find Chalice, I might actually put it on 0. Well, they know we can't possibly cast a Force even if we have it, so we just have to do this. Because if they're going after Empty the Warrens, that's not going to actually win the game. They only have 4 cards in hand, so there's a chance that maybe he just doesn't have it. So we're threatening to win next turn, even if we throw away the Curse Catcher. I don't know, maybe there's a chance, like... Alright, so what are your 5 cards? Are they good enough to get the job done, or are we... How are we looking? Are we dead? That's the question. Are we dead? Chrome Mox. I can't do anything about that. Okay, so you have 4 mana. So you have an answer to Chalice. That's interesting. I don't think this really does anything if I counter this, right? It forces him to tap this for red mana, but he's going to have red mana anyway. This might be a point where he also has to Burning Wish for Echo of Aeons and just hope for the best. I'm hoping. That's all I can really hope for at the moment. LED. So, I mean, he can just crack out. I don't know why he didn't do that first. He should have held priority and did this. Okay, so Echo of Aeons time it is! Alright. Oh no, I guess he needed to discard it, so that's fine. Neat. Alright. So... I can force him to tap a mana right now. I think I'm going to. I'll take away this, because if he... yeah, I guess... Make him use up a mana at the moment. That's 1 less he has to work with off of the 7 cards here, so... We still have enough damage to kill him, so... Well, we didn't draw a force, so... Alright. Can you storm out from here? That's the question. Yeah, I think this was MTGO saying, get fucked, scrub. It feels like he has to be able to go off here. I don't know. I mean, there's a possibility he just drew just as poorly as we did, so maybe. Who knows? I think that with 6 cards, it seems unlikely that we're going to survive, but stranger things have happened. He's not doing anything instantly, so he's got to really think about it. Like, that might be a sign that maybe his hand's not good, or maybe he's just debating how many discard spells, if he can afford to cast one. Maybe he's got to go for, like, Brainstorm first. No, but if he was going for Brainstorm first, he would have did it with this, I think. And then fetched. So I don't think his plan is to cantrip. I think it's to cast a bunch of rituals and... yeah. Alright, well, we can't interact with this whatsoever. So if he has Infernal Tutor, we just did lose. Because he can go Infernal Tutor, crack LED, get Tendrils. Right? I think that works. Do they have no, I don't. Do they have Tendrils in the main deck? That's a good question. I think he needs Burning Wish. I think Tendrils is in the sideboard for them, so do you have a Burning Wish? Because if you just get Empty the Warrens from the main deck, I don't think that works. I'm trying to think what their list is. We're going to find out any second now what he's going to do with this all. I mean, he has to play the cards. Like, he's not getting another turn, so even if this isn't winning, like, we don't know that, and he maybe doesn't even know that, so... we find out. He might just have to gamble on us not having force, and if he makes the gamble, which it almost is guaranteed that he has to, he just finds out that we don't, so... Do you have another Echo of Aeons? That's a good question. If we had drawn a single force, we would have actually won, but unfortunately we didn't. His Echo finally paid off for him, so... yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, we lose. Well, you know, that was really close. Like, I mean, and that happens with Storm sometimes. Like, again, it's not... Storm is a good matchup, but it's still not free. Like, they can just still combo you a bunch of times. And we had all the forces available to us, and we still couldn't fucking find one, so... I don't know, I mean, that was random luck being random luck. I mean, statistically, if you have 8 copies of a card in your deck, then if you draw 7 of them, you should very, very, very likely have one in your in that 7, but not that time, and it didn't matter. The Curse Catcher didn't really mean anything either. Like, they had way more than enough mana to go for it. I guess the thing is he was debating whether he wanted to use the Ad Nauseam or try to go for the Burning Wish, and... I assume that, you know, he just didn't have a way to, like, cast Ad Nauseam and Burning Wish together, so he was just trying to figure out which one was the better way to go. Ad Nauseam possibly kills him and, you know, doesn't guarantee that he's... I mean, it's still, like, is just as unlikely to resolve if we have the Force, so I think, you know, going for a Burning Wish made sense, but, you know, that sucks. And we lost against Delver twice. That's terrible. But I don't know what we can do, like... I'm not really impressed with Silvergill in Legacy anymore. Like, I don't know what it is about this card. It just doesn't feel like it does what it needs to do anymore. Being a 2/1 is just pitifully weak. Like, maybe that's just better as something else. So, The only problem is like then the opening hands with Mutavault become really bad when you have like a bunch of spells that require double blue and you're like on Mutavault. That's not where I want to be. So yeah, I don't. Maybe I cut one of these and just play like a Waterlogged Grove or something instead of one Mutavault, and then just play like Tidebinders or Coral Helms or something other than this. It doesn't really like, and your best hope is that it's trying to draw you a different card, and it still costs you mana to do it. So I don't know. Like, it's just really weak, and we saw like Plague Engineer out of the green-black Depths deck, which is also very weak against. The Wrenn and 6 decks it's pitiful against. It's not the powerhouse card that it used to be. I mean, maybe it's still fine, and maybe we still want to play it, but the more I see Silvergill in both Modern and Legacy, the less impressed I am with the card, so I don't know, the next time we might try replacing it with something and see if we do any better. Maybe we just play like 2 Curse Catchers and 2 Coral Helms. That could be fine. Who knows? But alright, well, that's kind of rough for today, but sometimes days go like that, so what are you gonna do? It is what it is. We'll come back next time and see if we can do a little bit better. So alright, everybody, take it easy. I'll see you Wednesday, I believe. We're gonna play Modern, so alright.